So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down on a Friday grid today. And we do have a Jason Matz grid that we're going to jump into, but we're going to do it today with the Venezia Spritz cocktail, which is just it's one of my favorite things to do in the evening, especially after the end of a long week. And nothing captures the absolute spirit or essence of an Italian summer quite like a Campari or a Select, or if you're into more sweet and not so bitter, maybe an Aperol, right? You know, forget the soda combination. I just mix it straight with the champagne. In this case, we're using a German sect. So it's just a wonderful way to wind down at the end of the week. And so let's hop into our grid and see what we got. We've got, well, not without a drink of this yummy goodness. We got a Jason Matz grid edited by Joel Faliano, who incidentally constructed today's mini, and it was a good one. I think I went through it in about 30 seconds, which we all would do. It's not exactly the hardest thing on the planet, but the Saturdays, those are pretty big. So, we'll see what we say when we get there. But anyway, so Friday, September 20, 2024. I cannot believe this year has gone by so quickly. Let's hop into our grid and see what we've got. Okay. Philosophy influenced by Aristotle's concept of the unmoved mover. And I guess that's, I want to say deism, but it's going to be too short. So maybe theism. I'm going to check that because I'm really not quite sure. Part of the Detroit Lions schedule since 34. No kidding. Okay. Extremely solid. Well, hard as a rock would fit there, but what's the likelihood? I don't know. What an X might mark. We've got an E and five letters overall. I'm going to go with an arrow to begin with. C, we'll just have to check it out. Market events, probably IPOs. Cool. Wrap up, maybe sew up. And failing to get it. I don't know. Let's see. Dog breed with a blue-black tongue. Well, chow would be too short. So I think I'm going to go with a Shar-Pei. But for some reason, I don't know if it's an S or a C at the first. What if members of the family Passeridae, and I guess these are sparrows. I mean, I kind of knew that, but not enough. I would have probably put in swallows or something if I didn't know any better or didn't have the R already. And I think we do have hard. The tin drum protagonist. Oh, what an adorable little boy he was. How about Oscar? And so I'm assuming that part of the Detroit Lions schedule since 1934 would be Thanksgiving Day, maybe? And I don't really know for sure, but it's ironing out. Thanksgiving Day, all right. Some flats are condos. Maybe what if is suppose or spose. I'm not sure what they're shooting for. Bell was a Scotsman. And Gonti, who wrote The Rabbit Hutch, and I think that's Tess. Industry that emerged in the 1970s. Is this an M kind of number represented by the equation M equals VC? So I'm assuming what we're talking about is the sound of speed and velocity. I guess this is Mach. All right. Yeah, I was thinking if that was an M, this would be gaming, because I know that's when it kind of really took off. I was a small child in the 70s, but even we had like the Pong machines. There was like a little roller and you'd play squash, and tennis, and whatever. I mean, it was fun at the time. It was all we had, right? Father's reunion attending. I don't really know. Lines on a ski map could be runs. Okay. Very nice. Harshly criticizes. Maybe rips or rags. I really don't know. Failing to get it. Looks like it could be missing the point. And okay. All right. I think I've been accused of that on a time or two. Maybe once or twice. Drenches. Oh, gosh. Sops. Sods. Who knows? Elect. It could be definitely an opt thing. And I guess that gives us rips. Lawbreakers, informally. 4-year-old in pigtails. Strains. Is this a potential X? People for whom a no contact rule may apply. If that's an X, and rather cleverly so, it could be X's. Nice. Ancient civilization. Why did I skip one? A lot to like. No idea. Ancient civilization doomed by greed and myth. I guess Atlantis will fit. Can't think of anything else right off the top of my head with 8 letters. Upgrade as a backsplash, and I guess that could be a retile. Something I never learned how to do. Though I did play with mosaics for a while, but that's a completely different thing. So strains, maybe exerts. Maybe, you know. Maybe this is pet food. And lawbreakers informally could be perps, and sops make sense for drenches. So I think this is Peppa Pig. Okay, well, good on Peppa for making it in there. I don't have a clue what this is, with this probably a lot to like. Wowzers. Feeling. Okay, so we got an SE here, so I'm assuming this could be sensate. Pilot productions, maybe we're talking about pens perhaps. Wowzers, how about we'll make this prime? That could be man. And if that's the case, this is an R. You might sleep on it, and it could be very well an R. It could be Serta. So for grins and giggles, I'm going to put prime real estate in here and see what that gets us, because why not? Honor roll, for example. I guess that could be a list. Christopher. So maybe lose it. Kind of diet high in omega-3 fatty acids. Okay, maybe pescatarian, but if you're not careful, it could be high in mercury too. You got to stay away from the old fish. Sub could be a temp. Okay. Vault opener. Brazilian soccer club named for an explorer. Yeah, familiarly. So I think that's Vasco da Gama. Exams with a highest possible score of 528 for short, and those are the MCATs, the medical college aptitude tests, I think. Like you and me. Paste with the new mommy taste, and I guess that would be miso. And I guess like you and me could be that we're mortal. Fun. So a vault opener is a pole vault. Very nice. Okay. Did you see that French pole vaulter that... Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Okay, so a new member could be an initiate, and a ticket picker, I'm assuming, could be a voter. And unwelcome sight in musical chairs. How about no seats? Actress Bella of Disney Shake It Up. I have no idea. Japanese art form whose name means skill, and that would be no. So I guess that's Thorn. Bella Thorne. Commit that to memory. I could see that coming up again. That spelling specifically. Two sums. We got a Y there, so we probably have dyads. Okay, so plural form decried by staunch Star Wars fans. Yes, we do decry this. They are not Jedis. They're simply Jedi. I hope that's the right one. That's the one that I'm decrying anyway. Yeah, I think we're good. Mock, Jape, Battleship Corner. Excel function. How about sort? You ever notice that they always ask that? Would you, when you're trying to sort like all your data, and it's like, would you like to expand the selection? No, I would like all of my data all jacked up and not meaningful in any way whatsoever from this point forward. So now just go ahead and just leave it as it is. Let's just get it all confused. I know there's probably some use, but not in my world. Okay, so Battleship Corner could be an A1. Farmer's Market side, I almost said that out loud. I almost knew. As soon as I saw that blank ENT, I thought, well, it ain't going to be a bent, is it? Size indicator could be the tag. All right. Manufacturer of minifigures. How about Lego? Advanced could be to lend. John in Milano. I'm thinking this is Gianni. Kind of test impossible to study for. Well, I guess we're doing a DNA test. Can't really study for that one. Showed sleepiness. How about nodded? Speaking of that, the other day we had a clue that was something like visibly uninterested, and it was like yawning or something, or showed disinterest or something like that. Yawned, you know. It was. I thought that was so clever. Sure, I'm glad we had the D's and whatever we had in there already, because I would have thought, well, maybe it's yawned, you know. So a whole thing. So we got a windy flight could be a spiral. Staircase. Bothers could be ales. Don't really ever use it that way. I mean, I don't know anybody who does. Lays waste to perhaps havocs. And like I just said it. And like, Shotzi says this all the time. If you say it, just put it in. It's almost always what it's going to be. I mean, I should just do that. Sorry, Shotzi. Apt name for a successful crypto investor. A whole thing. Perhaps this is the whole shebang. Director Lee, Ong Lee. Being slightly blank is like being slightly pregnant. It tends to get worse. Molly Ivins. God, I miss that woman. She was so funny. And I think she was saying paranoid. So, wow, if I didn't fat finger anything, how'd we do, Bob? Okay, well, not bad, right? I mean, we got a 10:55 on a Friday. This was a fun grid. And not a whole lot of ugly anything. It was really elegant the whole way through. Just loved every bit of it. What a great puzzle, honestly. And I need to look up this young man and learn more about him. I don't know. I'm going to say young man. I read something from him a couple of days ago. Apparently he's trying to get into college right now or whatever. So that will be very interesting to learn more about this young constructor, because I mean I would have put this level of construction well into the. I mean, you just think someone at least in their 30s, right? I mean, but what a precocious young man. So I got to get to know more about him and his grids. So very cool. With that, let's go ahead and tuck you away there, and we'll see the grid back for the Saturday edition tomorrow morning. It may be early when I get up to do it, because I want to go do stuff on a Saturday, maybe, or maybe I just want to sit around and do nothing, just go to the farmer's market in the morning, come home, do the grid, and then sit and just watch TV all day, because I've literally been going and going and going all week. As you know, I've been on the road. I was in Texas for 4 days, finally back in Germany, and what a mess it's been. So it is what it is. But I just want to say a quick shout out to quite a few of our legacy members, as well as our new viewers and subscribers. The comments overnight were so overwhelming. I mean, it almost put a tear in my eye, and that's rare. Though I am a bit of a major weeper, so to speak, to borrow from Judd, the young Pope. But I got to tell you, they were just so sweet. People, you have no idea, right? And so thank you so very much for the very kind words and the wonderful thoughts. And it's just proof positive that this particular little village of ours, this little village of solvers, if you will, is just one of the most astute, self-possessed, big, beautiful-brained, audiences on the planet. I mean, and everybody's just so kind and so giving, so supportive. When people would reach out to me while I was on vacation, I was freaking out about having to release and upload such awful quality stuff, you know, just the words of support, the emails. Some of you are sending me snail mail. By the way, I get that. Thank you. The cards go up on the mantle in there. Thank you just for everything. It really means the world to me. This channel's been around for a little over a year. We've had a few breaks here and there when I was off for 2 months doing kind of a sabbatical between positions, and you know, it was kind of hard when we were traveling. It was hard to get the puzzle up and record it every single day, but everybody has just been amazing, and I think we're here for good now. We're just gonna not take a break. I don't like not being part of this little village of ours. It means the world to me to be here, so thank you all again so very much to all of you. Mazel tov. So with that, let's bring down our see ya slide, and I just love that bell. Until tomorrow, when we do the mini and the big grid, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag, auch ein schönes Wochenende. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, Cin-Cin, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be well out there. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.